We are starting with constructors in Java now. Constructor is a block that initializes the newly created object. Now talking about constructor it resembles an instance method in Java and it's not a method. It does not have any return type. In short, constructor and method are different. More on this we are going to discuss further in our tutorial. Now we can also refer to as special method in Java. When we talk about constructor, it automatically initializes an object and the name of the class and the name of the method in the constructor is same. So this is how what happens, it automatically initializes the object, which we are going to see further now. You can please check the syntax. Public class, my class. This is the name of the class and the name of the method is also my class. And further set of codes we are going to write it in this block. Now proceeding further, let us have a look how does a constructor work. To understand the working of a constructor, let us take an example. Let us say we have a class, my class. When we create the object of my class like this, now my class, the object and the name new my class. New keyword here creates the object of the class my class and invokes the constructor to initialize this newly created object. Now let us have a look to the small example in Java. Now we have created, in the example, we have created an object obj of class. Now hello, and then we have displayed the instance variable name of the object. As you can see, the output is noida2.com, which is what we have passed to the name during the initializers in the constructor. This shows that when we create the object obj, the constructor got involved. Now let us have a look briefly about the example. In this you can see name of the class is hello. We have taken in this another string that is name. Now we have initially started a function method in this hello. The name of the method is hello. In this we have this dot name equals to noida2.com. The function is over. Now public static void main string args. Now hello is the name of the class, obj is the name of the object, new hello. This will create the object to this class and this is going to refer to this method. Now when we print this system.out.println obj.name, so obj is the name of the object and then it is going to refer to the class. So in this class you can see the string name is there and it is going to refer to the it. Now this object is automatically going to refer to this method. Now when it is automatically going to refer to this method, so this name which we have taken as a string over here is going to pass through this and it is going to take the value noida2.com and it is going to display that noida2.com. Now proceeding further, now let us have a look. You can see that this is the name of the class, my class, name of the function, my class. In the function we have just displayed noida2.com and in this we have created an object obj and this is going to refer to this method which you can see here. This is how we work with the constructors. Now proceeding further, let us have a look to the types of constructors. There are three types of constructors. In this we have default constructor, no argument constructor and parameterized constructor. Now when we talk about the default constructor, if you do not implement any constructor in your class, Java compiler inserts the default constructor in your code on your behalf. The constructor is known as default constructor. Now you would not find it in your source code, the Java file, as it would be inserted into the code during compilation and it exists in .class file. This process which we have seen over here, now see that this is the class public class my class, and there is no, you can see that we do not have any function in this. There is no constructor in this. Now when it compiles, what happens? It automatically generates another function my class without any set of code. Now if you do not implement any constructor, then you no longer receive a default constructor from Java compiler. Now no argument constructor. Constructor with no arguments is known as no argument constructor. The signature is same as default constructor, however body can have any code, unlike default constructor where body of the constructor is empty. In default constructor, mostly in almost default constructor, the body of the constructor is empty. Although you may see some people claim that the default and no argument constructor is same, but in fact they are not. Even if you write public demo in your class demo, it cannot be called default constructor since you have written the code on it. Now what is the main difference between no argument constructor and default constructor? Default constructor is system generated, which you cannot see in your source code, but no argument constructor is generated by you. You write the set of code and you can see the set of code. Now in case 2, let us have a look to the another example. In this example we have break statement. After each case statement, this is because if we don't have it, then the subsequent case block would be executed. The output of the same program without break would be case 2 and case 3 default. Now for example, no argument constructor. So in this you can check that a class is there demo, then a method is there demo, and in this there is no parameters or no constructor is passed in this. There is just a set of line which is going to display, there is no argument constructor. Now in the main method we are just going to create an object and trying to run the program. Now the last is parameterized constructor. When we talk about the parameterized constructor, a constructor with arguments or you can say parameters is known as parameterized constructor. For example, now let us have a look in this. We have a class employee, and in the class we have different variables, int employee id, string employee name. In this, then the name of the class is employee, then we have a function in this, and you can see that we have passed 2 parameters in this. Now when we are passing these parameters, this refers to the parameterized constructor. Now in parameterized constructor you can see that we have passed these parameters, employee id equals to id, employee name equals to name, and this refers to this refers to this, and this employee id is referring to the variable that we have declared in the above set of code. Now proceeding further, employee, we have created an object1 and new employee. This is the name of the method and we are passing the parameters in this. Now when we pass these parameters in this, it is going to pass through this. 10245 will be referred to the ID, string name, Noida2, and this is going to read to this. Now proceeding further, then again it is going to object1.info. Now it is going to call this method and then going to display the entire parameters or variables that we have given. Now let us have a look to the another example of parameterized constructor. In this example we have 2 constructors, a default constructor and a parameterized constructor. When we do not pass any parameter while creating the object using new keyword, then default constructor is invoked. However, when you pass a parameter, then parameterized constructor that matches with the passed parameters, less gets invoked. Now in this you can see name of the class example2, we have displayed a variable in private mode int var. Now in this we have taken another constructor example2, and in this we have not passed any parameters in this. This also refers to the default constructor. Now in the next constructor, in the next set of codes you can see that we have another function, and in this function we are passing the variables, we are passing the parameters. These variables refers to the parameters. Now proceeding further, you can see that in the main method we have seen the name of the class, object, new object is created, new example. So this one will be referring to this part, that means example 2 which has no parameter, and in this we are passing a parameter, so this will be referring to this. This is how it works. Now you can check the output. Now what if you implement only parameterized constructor in class? Now if we implement only parameterized constructor in class, example 3, you can see that a class example 3 is there, one function example 3 is there with a parameter, and then another we have int get name, another function we have declared, and then this is how it is going to work. In the main method we have created an object. Now this object is going to refer to this variable and num, and now again we are going to displaying it. Now it will throw a compilation error. The reason is that the statement 3, my object equals to new object, is invoking a default constructor. You can see that this is going to, because you can see that we have a method in this we have passed the parameters, but when we are creating an object we are not passing any parameters in this, so it is going to display a compilation error. Now a default constructor which we do not have in our program, when you do not implement any constructor in your class, compiler inserts default constructor into your code. However, when you implement any constructor in the example 1, I have implemented parameterized constructor with int parameter, then you do not receive the default constructor by compiler into your code, because you have already initialized and written set of code. So this is the reason default constructor is not generated by the system at that instant. Now if we remove the parameterized constructor from the above code, then the program would run fine, because the compiler would insert the default constructor in your code. Now proceeding further, let us see a constructor chaining. When a constructor calls another constructor of the same class, then it is called constructor chaining. Now in this we have a class, my class, then another class is there, then in this you can see that we have another class, my class, with parameters being passed. In this we have another my class, different parameters is being passed in this. Now then we have another, now we are creating the object my class obj new class. Now in this you can see that a class is there my class. In this we have defined the set of code. Now in another class we have another method in this, and in this we have passed the parameter, and in this you can see that it is going to call this function. This refers to the s.sex. Now it is going to call again it is going to refer to this function, and it is going to call this function, and this will be referring to this one, and 6 will be referring to the age. So this dot name equals to s, this dot name age equals to age. So this is what it happens. Now when we talk about the super, when a child class constructor gets invoked, it implicitly invokes the constructor of parent class. You can also say that the compiler inserts a super statement at the beginning of a child class constructor. It is a way of saying that the system automatically specifies which are a super class and which are the subclass. Now for example, we have another class, my parent class. In this my parent class we have a constructor with set of codes defined in this. Then we are trying to use the inheritance in this, you can see that class my child class extends my parent class. Now we have another class in this. It is going extending or inheriting the my parent class. So my child class in this another function is there which is going to refer this. Now you can see the output. My parent class constructor, my child class constructor. Now let us have a look to the constructor overloading. Overloading is a set of code that means it specifies having the same function but with different parameters. Now just have a look to this. We have a class demo, and in this we have three functions demo. In demo you can see that one of the function is having no parameter, another function is going to have a parameter string s, another function is going to have a parameter int I. So this is a overloading, constructor overloading. This set of setup is known as the constructor overloading. Now copy constructor. A copy constructor is used for copying the values of one object to the another. In this we have a class Java example. In this we have different variables. Then we have function Java example, or we can call it constructor. In this we have a parameter string w, and in this we have another web.w, that means that is going to hold the value. Now this is the copy constructor and copies the value of one object to the another object, the object that invokes this constructor. Now let us have a look to the now another we have another function Java example, and in this we are going to have, you can see that we are just passing a Java example JE in that. So in this it is going to web equals to JE.web. So in this section it is going to copy the section or the part or object from one method to the another. Now let us have a elaboration point. In the main method we can see the Java example object 1 is there. In this we have created an object 1 and passing the variable. Now passing the object as an argument to the constructor, this will invoke the copy constructor. Now another we have Java example second object, then we have another, we are going to pass obj1, that means we are going to pass the object 1 in the another method, and it is going to have the same value. Now difference between the constructor and method. Now the purpose of a constructor is to initialize the object of a class, while the purpose of a method is to perform a task by executing a set of code. Now constructors cannot be abstract, final, static, synchronized, while methods can be. Now constructors do not have return types, while methods do have. All the methods are going to have the return type if we have specified the return type, whereas constructors are not going to have any return type. Now let us have a look to the quick review for what we have studied. Every class has a constructor, whether it's normal or an abstract class. Constructors are not methods, they do not have any return type. Constructor name should match with the class name. Constructor can use any access specifier. They can be declared as private also. Private constructors are possible in Java, but their scope is within the class only. Like constructors, methods can also have same name as the class name, but still they have return type, though we can identify them that they are methods, not constructors. If you do not implement any constructor within the class, compiler will do it for it. This and super should be first statement in the constructor code. If you don't mention them, compiler does it by itself. Now constructor overloading is possible, but overriding is not possible, which means that we can have overloaded constructor in our class, but we can't have override a constructor. Constructors cannot be inherited. If a superclass does not have a no argument default constructor, then compiler will not insert a default constructor in child class as it does in normal scenario. Interfaces do not have the constructor. Abstract class can have constructor and it gets involved when a class which implements interface is instantiated, that is object creation of conceit class. A constructor can also invoke another constructor of the same class by using this. If you want to invoke a parameterized constructor, then do it like this parameterless.